Assalamu alaikum, dear friends, how are you? Look, there are people around us who are seen struggling and fighting with the challenges, with obstacles, with the adversity in their life, ultimately succeed, not because they were genius, not because they were very resourceful, very wealthy, not because they were having the support of so many people, but only because of one reason. That one reason is and was they are strong person, strong mentally, strong from inside, strong of willpower. So that is, I think, the biggest ever resource. That is the biggest ever strength. Somebody having the inner strength will be able to overcome the challenges, the adversity, and will ultimately succeed. Now the question arises, can I or you and the rest of the people can become a strong person from inside, a strong person mentally? So the answer is yes, of course it can be done. We need to undergo some sort of training, which is quite possible. Today we have dedicated our talk for the purpose of one thing, and that one thing is how to become a mentally strong person, how to become a person who is strong from inside. Now there are certain things which we need to understand, which we need to develop and cultivate in ourselves. Though first of all, we need to become emotionally resilient person. How can I or you become an emotional resilient person? There are only three things which we need to understand. First of all, it is coping with the adversity, willingness, determination to cope the adversity. The second, managing emotions, understanding my emotions and managing my emotions, understanding emotions of the people who are interacting with me, and then of course managing their emotions. The third thing, which comes under the heading of emotional resilience, it is bouncing back from the setbacks, back from the setbacks, the failures. You does come in the life of every individual. But many of the people, they just give up. They quit, while those people who are resilient, they don't quit. They fight back. They stand on their own feet again by bouncing back from the setback. So the first thing which is needed, that is emotional resilience. Now the second thing which is needed here, that is the mental toughness, being tough mentally. Again, there are three things needed, three things to be learned. First of all, it is the focus and the concentration. Try to develop the focus and the concentration. The second is discipline and self-control. Discipline is mother of all the virtues, because the discipline means self-control. Look upon a vehicle, boat, or an aeroplane having a very poor control system. The same is true with a person who is lacking the self-discipline and the self-control. Now the third thing which is needed here, as for the mental toughness is concerned, it is the confidence and the self-belief. We need to be confident enough. We need to believe in ourselves, in the God-gifted abilities and the capabilities. The third thing which is needed, that is spiritual resilience. The first thing we talked about emotional resilience. Then we talked about mental toughness. Now we are going to talk about spiritual resilience. Again, we need to do the three things. First of all, it is connection to values and purpose. Our connection to values and purpose. The second is faith and hope. Hope is the biggest wealth. Faith, nobody can ever do a good thing on a sustainable basis, without the faith and hope. Now the third thing, that is the sense of meaning and the sense of direction. Now that was the part one. needing three things: emotional resilience, mental toughness, spiritual resilience. Now let's go to the next part, which is why inner strength is important. Why inner strength is important? So there are seven reasons why it is so important. The first reason is that overcome anxiety, depression, and stress. We can overcome stress, anxiety, and depression with the help of inner strength. The second is enhances self-esteem and self-confidence. Yes, it does enhances self-esteem and self-confidence. Number three, fosters resilience and adaptability. Yes, it does foster resilience. It does foster adaptability. And those people who are adaptable enough, they survive well. They survive well in every sort of circumstances because they do have one quality which is called adaptability and resilience. The fourth reason why it is so important, it improves communication and relationships. Those people who are having the inner strength, they people have far better communication and far better relationships. Number five, increases productivity and achievement. Yes, it does increases a lot the productivity and the achievement. Number six, supports physical health and well-being. It does support physical health and of course well-being. Number seven, it promotes personal growth and self-awareness. Personal growth on the one hand, self-awareness on the other hand. Self-awareness is also very important. What is this self-awareness? What are my weaknesses and what kind of threats I may come across because of my weaknesses? How to manage my weaknesses? What are my I'm sorry. What are my weaknesses? What kind of threats I may come across because of my weaknesses? How I need to overcome the weaknesses? What are my strengths? What kind of benefits I may come across? What kind of opportunities I may come across? How to utilize my strength to the best of my advantage? So that is self-awareness. Now the next segment is benefits of inner strength. So these are again seven in number. The first one is better decision making. The second is improves problem solving. Number three, increased motivation. Number four, enhanced productivity. Number five, greater sense of purpose. Number six, more fulfilling relationships. Number seven, improved overall well-being. So these are the seven major benefits why it is so important. It also have seven major reasons why it is so important to be have an inner strength. Now the next segment says how to achieve the mental strength. That is very important. That is decisive. So there are 10 ways to develop the mental strength, the inner strength. So the first one is the mindfulness and the meditation. Mindfulness, learning from the past, then let it go. Do not dwell in the past. Planning for the future, then let it go. Do not remain in the regrets of the past. Do not keep worrying about the future. Plan the future, let it go. Focus on your present, on your today, on the present moment. Mindfulness and meditation. Number two, self-reflection and journaling. Reflect upon myself. How do I spend my time? The way I interact with the people, the way I manage the thing. So then, of course, for the purpose is that I should be able to identify the areas of improvement and then striving for the improvement. Self-reflection and journaling. Number three, physical exercise and activity. So these are the things, actually the 10 things which help us a lot, which rather ensures that we become a person with the inner strength, a person who is mentally strong. Now the next is positive self-talk and affirmation. Never talk negative with yourself at all. Always talk positive. And what is the affirmation? Find the inspirational quotes. Remember it, memorize it, keep repeating it as much as frequently as you can, with enough emotional force that it does enter our subconscious mind and reprograms us. Now the next is building sportive relationships that also strengthen our mind. Building sportive relationship. Number six, learning from failures and from setbacks. Learning from failures and from setbacks. Number seven, practicing gratitude and appreciation. How can I become more grateful? By focusing on what I do have, no matter how small it is. I shouldn't be taking it for granted at all, not to ignore it at all. Rather, be grateful full for it. Rather, take as greater benefit and advantage out of it as it is possible for you yourself, for your loved one, for the people around. So it is the practicing gratitude and appreciation. The eighth is developing problem solving skills. It also enhances our inner strength. Number nine, embracing challenges and growth. Embracing challenges and growth. It helps us a lot in becoming more mentally strong person. The tenth is seeking professional help, therapy whenever it is needed. Now there are certain techniques, you know how to do that. Now there are certain recommended books as well. Now let's go to the next item, which is the inspirational quotes. These are only three in number. You are stronger than you seem, braver than you believe, and smarter than you think. Christopher Robin said this. Now the next is, it is greatest glory, the greatest glory in living lies not in never failing, but in rising every time we fail. Who said this? Nelson Mandela said this. Now, the third and the final inspirational quote is believe you can, and you are halfway there. Who said it? Theodore Roosevelt, the 26th president of United States of America, said this. Now there are certain applications on the smartphone which are of great help. Now the bottom line is by cultivating inner strength, you will develop resilience, confidence, and the ability to overcome life's challenges. Start building your mental strength today. I think as far our today's topic and discussion was is concerned, that is highly beneficial, not for the certain types of people, but for each and every individual, including me and you. So I think that if at all we start working immediately on how to become a person of the mental strength, great mental strength, a person who is strong from inside, I think most of the challenges will be overcome by my and your effort. So that's all from me at the moment. Thank you very much. हाय हाय या अल्लाह तेरा शुक्र है